It's Hey Listen, Modern Music Discovery, each and every Saturday from Cap Radio. That's Spud Cannon's version of Funky Town from the album Squeeze. Before that, we heard Morphine and Candy, Joanna Newsom from the Book of Ride On, White Man and Hammersmith Palais from The Clash, and we also heard Cool Down from The That start off that set. My name's Nick Brunner, and as promised, back with an in-studio performance and conversation. This time, it's R&B. It's jazz, it's steel drums, it's vocals, it's the Thwaites Rebel Quartet, and vocalist Camilla Covington. Now, I found out about this group thanks to the NPR Tiny Desk contest, and their entry floored all of us here at Cap Radio. Believe me, it's because I drug a lot of people into this studio to hear it. Sean has been featured on Cap Radio once before. He was in for Insight back in 2017. But this is the first time of this arrangement of players here at the station. And that includes Ben Kopf on bass guitar, Alex Raymond on keyboard, Jimmy Toor on the drum set, and of course Sean on steel drums and Camilla singing. So in all that time, what's Sean been up to since his last visit to Cap Radio?
A lot. Too much.
We'll get into how Camilla joined the band and how that's changed the dynamic, but right now let's just jump into the first track the group recorded right here in the Panic Room studio at Cap Radio. This track is Moon on Hey Listen.
The moon flirts with me as I write, so sweet like the smell of rain. I couldn't say I'm sorry for missing your call again. Drooling on my sheets, why'd I go to sleep so late again? I lost my keys, I cannot be late again, no. And every minute, every hour, every day, I fear that I'll become cliche. Just be yourself, right? Better for your health, right? And shouldn't chase the wealth, right? Ain't gonna happen overnight. I'm doing my cardio, keeping it tight, cooking it up, feeding my body right, brushing and flossing for kissing goodnight. To the playful mood, she'll be gone so soon. Disturbing dreams, all these demons in my head again. I'd be damned if I ever took a shroom again, no. I love when she flirts with me, won't allow me to overthink again. No one else is dripping, you're in your head again, no. And every minute, every hour, every day, I fear that I'll become cliche. Just be yourself, right? Better for your health, right? It shouldn't taste the wealth, right? It ain't gonna happen overnight. I'm doing my cardio, keeping it tight. I'm cooking it up, feeding my body right, brushing and flossing for kissing goodnight. To the playful mood, yeah. She'll be gone so soon, yeah. To the playful mood, she'll be gone so soon, she'll be gone so soon. Just be yourself, right? Better for your health, right? Shouldn't chase the wealth, right? It ain't gonna happen overnight. I'm doing my cardio, keeping it tight, cooking it up, feeding my body right, brushing and flossing for kissing goodnight. To the playful mood, she'll be gone so soon. She'll be gone so soon, she'll be gone so soon. She'll be gone so soon, she'll be gone so soon, she'll be gone so soon. smell of rain. I couldn't say I'm sorry for missing your call again.
The track is Moon, recorded right here in the Panic Room at Cap Radio. This is Hey Listen, and my name is Nick Brunner. Our in-studio performance continues with the Thwaites Rebel Quartet and Camilla, whose vocals sound inextricable from the band proper, but it wasn't always the case. The band used to be instrumental only. So how did she come to be part of this group?
It was by accident, actually. She was bagging up my things at at Trader Joe's.
No way.
Yeah, yes way.
Way.
Were you like bagging up the nut butter and the celery and stuff and being like, hey, are you a musician? I'm a musician. How'd that go?
I was like, I like your shoes.
Yeah.
He was wearing all yellow shell toe Adidas. That's how our friendship and our collaboration began. That, led to us revealing to each other that we both do music. That was followed by an exchange of information. And then about a month of me coming back to a track that Sean sent me.
Well, she sent me music of her own, and then I was like, wow, this is pretty dope. And I sent her a message, and she didn't respond right away. And I was like, uh-oh, maybe, I don't know what's going to happen, but I was really eager to work with her. And then I went back to Trader Joe's, and she saw me and was like, hey, I'm going to get around to writing some music. So, I started listening to what you sent, and, and then she followed through.
If it only took a month, then I did pretty well, to be honest. But a month later, we were talking in a coffee shop, creating a plan, kind of exchanging ideas for our personal visions as separate musicians, and figuring out a way to do it together. Glitter on my fingernails and dirt underneath them. And I think I lost my marbles now. Let me know if you've seen them. Have you seen them? Yeah, I don't need them. And they're not in this book about stoicism. Anyway, forget it, I don't need them. But let me know if you see them. When there's fluoride, and so do your words. Even though I know you didn't mean to, but you feed into the melodrama too. Oh, my tempo hurts as you say we both got a word in the AM, but our energy's depleted, cause we stayed up going back and forth till 2. Every lost my marbles now. Let me know if you've seen them. Have you seen them? Yeah, I don't need them. And they're not in this book about stoicism. Anyway, forget it, I don't need them. But let me know if you see them.
Camilla, let's start with you. What is it about Sean and his sound, his band, that appealed to you, that made you want to be part of it?
Sean's band, when they're playing along with my songs, they really give my songs the exact sound that I would create in my imagination. And the steel drum is such a unique sound that went really well with my singing voice. It was just new. It felt like I was listening to, you know, that feeling when you find a new genre and you're really into it. It almost felt like that.
So now, Sean, same question. How long did it take you to go, oh yeah, absolutely, we have to have her in the group?
We met at the coffee shop. What was the name of it, Camilla? I can't remember.
It was Old Soul,
Yeah.
the Weatherstone on
Yeah.
21st.
Mm-hmm.
She pulled out her, she's like, I'm going to sing it for you. I was like, really? She started singing, and there was a lady behind her was like, who's, you know, like really her eyes opened up, and I was like, wow, this is
I don't
amazing.
remember that.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then I was just like, it was the perfect marriage between her voice and my steel drums. It just, the tone was great.
How long did it take you two to get to a place where you're happy with what you've put together?
Usually, when we exchange ideas and build, we like take turns. So let's say I come to Sean with the chord progression and lyrics. Sean will add steel drum and also other instruments with his own band, Sean Thwaites Rebel Quartet. Or he could produce something on Ableton, something simple that I can write to. He'll send it to me. I'll work on something, and we'll just go back and forth until we have something built. And usually we both like what the other has to offer off tops. It's always an easy process making a new song. It's just starting can take longer than executing an idea that already exists. But choosing an idea to start with can take longer.
And how long have the five of you been working together?
It's not even a year yet.
Our first show all together was on December 28th of 2018.
Yeah, the band has been together since 2016, so adding vocals was easy. Yeah, I think it was just mainly me and her coming up with the music and then giving it to them, and it just fits like a glove.
It's been really natural.
A week or 2 weeks ago, we were in the studio, and she added harmonies, and we were like, it was just amazing. I can't wait for you guys to hear it, for the world to hear it, because it does something different. We get to hear her beautiful voice by itself, but when she adds her harmonies, it's you better be ready.
Don't compare yourself to a bitch like me, cause you gon' get your feelings hurt. Oh, I can move the waters of the seven seas, and I fly high with the birds. As the wax drips from your little wings, cause you're flying a little too close to me. I'ma bask in the sun, cause I know I'm the one. Yeah, I'm the epitome. But sometimes when I'm all alone in my own body, I do not feel home. And I'm riddled with a crippling case of anxiety. is obvious. I'm saying if my fit checks out with her, I know I'm slaying. From spamming a can of turkey bacon, she went money making me independent. She only ever wanted me independent. A man is just a waitress basing a waste of rent. My money making me independent. But sometimes when I'm all alone in my own body, I cannot feel at home. And I'm riddled with a crippling case of anxiety, and I blame it all on my hormonal IUD. I got it out and I became that bitch again. I hit the switch again. You didn't see it coming 'cause you're moving too slow. Your man is watching me, there ain't no stopping me. My energy's infectious everywhere that I go. And when I get a drink in my cup, I'm never ever giving it up. And you could try to kill my vibe, but I'm immortal and I'm living it up.
Camilla, if you were to meet a musician maybe a year and a half, 2 years younger than you, they're just starting to do the same thing you're doing now, what would you give them in the way of advice?
Wow, I don't even feel like I've assumed a position where I'm qualified to give advice. Honestly, I still feel like a beginner, and I'm just kind of picking things up as I go. I guess one thing that I would say was choose music. You have to choose it, to make moves forward. If you're hesitating, it'll only create a delay and it'll only slow you down. So the biggest thing that I've needed to do recently was choose to do music. So I guess, yeah, that would be the advice I would give to somebody a year and a half younger who's just starting out.
Anything that you know now that you wish you knew then?
Pretty much everything that I know now, but I don't wish for anything to have been different in the past because I feel like everything is turning out pretty well and at a good pace. I'm only 20 years old and I don't have any regrets as far as music goes. I feel like I put myself out there and everything else kind of fell into place, I would say, like with a little bit of work on my side and, work from the universe or whatever. Yeah.
Well, and since we're always learning, Sean, the last couple of years, what have you learned that you would wish you'd known 2, 3, 5 years ago?
I wish I could see myself. I would say to just kind of piggyback on what Camilla said, just like I used to be nervous or scared to really put myself out there. So just go for it. Like, cause I didn't expect to be in this position at that time, I knew I had a band, but I didn't know we would be doing some of the things that we were doing. And, the music that we have, I think it's like radio friendly. I think this particular project, can really do something big, So, just go for it and don't have any boundaries.
Well, this has been a whole lot of fun. Camilla Covington and Sean Thwaites, thank you so much for coming by Cap Radio and performing for us today. And, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Thank you for having us, Nick.
Thank you. Did I do good?
You did.
All right, cool.
Is that all the encouragement you need? Yeah.
Can we call it even, baby? You're like my favorite pair of jeans. Oh, I'm not giving you up, no, I'm clinically crazy for forgiving you. I know your doctor wouldn't recommend forgiving me, no, but you don't give up, nah. And he likes his tea with too much sugar, but that's lips. Yes, I remember, boy, the moment I knew you were the one I could spend my life with. Even before all the flaming people screaming your name, I was there, and you were my babe. And he likes his tea with too much sugar, but that's just me. And we like the mood a little salty and a little sweet. And I like my tea with dirty details and expose. And my morning breath can never steer a kiss away, no, can we call it even, baby? You're like my favorite pair of jeans. Oh, I'm not giving you up, no, nah. And no, I'm clinically crazy for forgiving you. I know your doctor wouldn't recommend forgiving me, no. But you don't give a nah. And he likes his tea with too much sugar, but that's just me. And I like my tea with dirty details and expose. And he likes his tea with too much sugar, but that's just me. And I like my tea with dirty details and expose. And that's the sweetest tea. And that's the sweetest tea. And that's the sweetest tea. And that's the sweetest tea.
Big thanks to Sean Thwaites, Camilla Covington, and the rest of the Sean Thwaites Rebel Quartet for their time for that in-studio performance. Get over to our website, capradio.org/heylisten, or the Cap Radio YouTube profile, and you can see in-studio performance videos from that session. They're lots of fun. Man, they're a good time. Such a good time that you're going to want to go see them, right? Well, I got to tell you, they're going to be performing next month at the Red Museum for the 3rd annual Red X Showcase. That's on the September the 14th? Hang on a second, I gotta check my calendar. So yeah, I think it's, yes, the 14th! Trust your instincts! That's in Midtown Sacramento, along with LA Witch and Warm Drag and So Much Light, another guest of this fine program. Really great showcase coming up on the 14th. Go check that out. Good golly, this is Hey Listen. We broadcast every Saturday night on Cap Radio. From Sacramento State, this is KXJZ Sacramento, KUOP Stockton Modesto, KKTO Tahoe City Reno, and KQNC Quincy.